I was going to post one up on Saturday, but it ain't nearly as much fun. Sometimes you got a lot of things on your chest and you just rather do it like this. So, give it a little bit, see who all shows up to the party. Like I said, today it is about Granymere and just random thoughts. Oh. So, anyways, let's see, where can I put this? Let me move this. Whoever's in attendance, what's up? Put that there. Move that. I am a few minutes early. Oh, a few minutes early for something that's late. Oh, whoever was here left. Oh well. All right. So the title of this is going to be Granymere and Random Thoughts. Something a little different for today. And why we call it that? Well, it's real simple. A lot of random things going on. First, if you take a look at everything, and we've had some things pop up through Super 7 here in the last 48 hours. First, there was the leaked picture of 5.5-inch figures. Or no. First, there was the talk of new 5.5-inch figures leaked. No, actually, I take that back. Actually, there was the talk of the crystal clear Man-at-Arms, the bluish colored Tila that's clear, and the gold He-Man. And then the so-called leaked picture of future 5.5s that Super 7 is going to release. And they weren't being real specific about anything until today. And today they dropped the bombshell. Hey, let's go through. And here you go. While Wave 2s are on a boat, supposedly heading this way to be sold around the country, we're going to go ahead and really give you guys an idea what Wave 3 is going to look like. I was going to need this for this one. So, what do we get out from Super 7 for this today? Well, they gave us a Filmation style Orko. Now, looking at the picture that they gave us, and I keep trying to, I'm going to try to pull this up a little bit bigger. Crap, I just realized that ain't going to work. Slight little changes to the vintage version of Orko. It looks to be roughly about the same size. I think my Orko, of course, I don't, still had the hat to it. Roughly measured out to be about 3.5 inches tall. Unlike the vintage version that we got back in the 80s, this thing's not going to have a zip cord to get him to go spinning around, and none of those little discs. Looks like they've got new little toys for him. new little pieces for him, but roughly he's about the same size. And to be honest, he looks about the same as what we got from Mattel back in the 80s. Next thing up on the list of things there is going to be a merman, which, I'm sorry, a lot of these, they look like miniaturized, or yeah, pretty much miniaturized versions of the Filmation figures they've already given us. They just basically took a 5.5-inch body, give it a new paint job, give us a shrunk down version of the armor they gave the Club Grayskull figures, and basically like they used the same head. That's what we're getting out of this with these. And don't get me wrong, it's great to see it. They're going to go through and they're going to release these like that. It's great to see it. Trying to see here. It does look like he's going to come with his sword and possibly, yeah, it looks like we're going to get the his staff too. So I'm not gonna. Yeah, I am. I'm gonna knock them. From there, we're going to get a trap jaw. It looks, like I said, looks like the same Filmation colors that we got when Mattel did the trap jaw. Let's see. Man, and don't get me wrong, he looks really good. I'm glad to see, somebody's going through, they're going through trying to keep the line alive. They're giving us Filmation accurate or Filmation style 5.5s. When we were kids, the Master Universe line came out a couple years before the before the cartoon did. So they say a lot of our figures didn't look like they did on screen. All right. So then the fourth one, regular one we're going to get is going to be a Prince Adam. So at least now we can have one to go with our He-Man, and hopefully it looks better than, say, the Laughing Prince Adam. Now, they said they're going to throw 3 extra ones in there. What are those 3? 3? Simple. 1, they're going to take their He-Man basically and mold all the pieces out of gold plastic. Armor, weapons, He-Man himself that they gave us this past year in the 5.5-inch figures or 5.5-inch style. Bam, here we go. Complete gold one. Hey, how can they mess up there? They didn't get worried about paint apps with that one. If maybe they're thinking this is going to be their saving part of their saving grace. And I know they're basing this one off the episode of, where was it? From episode 2, The Shaping Staff. I'm sorry, if you want to do something like that, wait a little bit further down the line after you've went through and you've given us other figures, other characters, before you start releasing the variants. But, they don't have a whole lot of figures they've done so far. Guess they're figuring they can get away with this. So I guess that means at some point we're going to see a 5.5-inch version of Fisto and Mantina and Katrina and Shadow Weaver's already been leaked for possible Wave 4. Or Wave 4. From there we're gonna get, along with that, we're gonna get what I gotta refer to as the crystal meth man-at-arms, because it is completely see-through, crystal clear. And it's really funny because, all right, so they're doing this off the episode 34 from the Dragon's Gift, where he is completely crystal clear, but yet on the picture it shows they've got the eyes, the eyebrows, and the mustache all painted black. That's about as filmation accurate as the yellow evil Lyn that they teased for a future filmation 5.5. Sorry, in the cartoons, guys, evil Lyn wasn't yellow, just the toy. And then we're going to get from episode 76, The Ice Age Cometh, a blue Tila that looks like she has white eyes and a white, either white lips or white mouth. I don't know. These crystal clear ones, I'm sorry, they just look to me like, okay, we need something to plug some spots, produce some toys. Hey, I got an idea. We've already given them a version of these that people are already having issues with. Let's go ahead and let's just do a clear molding of all the parts and everything, and bam, here you go. Once again, I said it earlier with the Gold He-Man. Wait a little bit down the line a little bit before you start giving us these kind of variants. I think a lot of lines get killed off whenever they start producing variants of characters way too early, and people kind of get tired of it really quick, really fast. From there, let's see. I'm trying to find the post again. Okay. Like I said, they had all these different figures out there that was supposedly leaked. You know, and you had a Shadow Weaver, Stratos, a Buzz Off, the yellow evil Lyn. Luckily, you know, they're not going to give us the yellow evil Lyn yet. Hopefully they get an idea and they go through and they get everything changed around and get it fixed real quick. Because if they don't, well, we know they're not really paying attention. So anyways, yeah. I'll be kind of curious to see how these turn out, how they look when people start getting them. And I guess at some point I'll get them to, supposedly they're supposed to start shipping this summer. So hopefully it means this spring we're going to be getting Wave 2. So, all right. That being said, now I'm going to go through that part of the show where I'm going to plug a few things just because I can, and I will. Help my fellow Waffle Mafia brethren out. For anybody that watches this show does not know what the Waffle Mafia is, go to Facebook, look up Lucky Legends, look up Lord of Destruction, look up the most powerful waffles. look up WaffleCon 2019. The first three would be the best places to go. You know, for all of us that love collecting Masters of the Universe stuff, whether it be classics, 2000X, new adventures, whatever floats your boat. Place to go, check it out. And then the Waffle Mafia thing, that's the thing where, you know, we all try to get together about once a year, something like that. Swap toys, swap stories, drink a whole lot of beer. Basically, have time. Hopefully, in the next month or two, we can find out. We'll have it all pieced together where we're going to have that one. Another good thing about these groups, that in conjunction with another group on Facebook called Scareglow's House, there is over at Legends, once a month, they are doing a giveaway. We all go through and we chip in. Prizes are given out for it. Chip in. It's going to be like once a month, and it's going to be for Toys for Tots. They did it this past year. I think a total of 6 Toys for Tots waffles were done. And in all, as a group, we raised over $11,000 for Toys for Tots, in which at that point, one of the members went through, lives near a Mattel store, went live, did all the shopping, bought over $11,000 worth of toys, proceeded to go through and take it straight to the Toys for Tots. Like, here you go. Bam. All donated over, and it's something that we all did within the Waffle Mafia. Pretty cool. Cool thing for us all to have done. So everybody make sure to check that out. Check those out, without a doubt, especially the Toys for Tots wheels, which last night, kudos to my brother from another mother, and I'm talking about Aaron Johnson, as far as the Toys for Tots wheel last night. Cannot wait for February to come around and see what gets done then. All right, now I've plugged everything I need to, I think. Oh, anybody wants to come and hang out with E-Daddy, your Angry Toy Guy, March, Lexington, Kentucky. In fact, it's March 21st, 22nd, 23rd, and 24th this year. Lexington Toy and Comic Con. I'll be there wandering around. Invite everybody who wants to come up and check it out. We'll have a little miniature get together. Maybe do something live on here for the whole world to see. All right, so I've talked long enough about everything else. Let's do this. I'll be right back. I got to get some. And I got to get a bigger office. I know tried to attack me. He must not like my review of them, even though I gave him great props. Your butt's up on there. All right, so Granymere, I start out in the when he showed up on the Filmation cartoon. Of course, he was red. Was the oldest and wisest of all the dragons of Dark Smoke. He was very revered, very legendary, and probably one of the most respected beings on Eternia. Along with probably also being one of the oldest. Found out, he was the leader and protector of all the dragons there on Eternia. Kind of had a cold and distrustful attitude towards everybody in Eternia, but He-Man was able to go through and shatter his misconceptions about humans or Eternians. His magic was linked to the fire in his fire pit, and when he flew, his wings grew to accommodate his enormous size. I kind of wish they had done that a little bit here on the figure, which we'll get that here in a little bit. Now, that being said, when you got to the mini comics, instead of him being red, they made him green. Not really sure why. And I noticed that, like, he was always green. And it seemed like, Filmation or the Princess Power, apparently he used to, he had some great deal of respect for human King Tarbin. His ability still hadn't reached his peak, and still powerful work with his magic. And of course, lost his faith in humans, but starting to regain it back, thanks to He-Man. See, the Brazilian comics, still green. Still had his wings like he did in the cartoon. Ancient times, Granymere imprisoned his hated enemy, the three-headed demon. That's one that I would love to see somebody go through and make. Just not Super 7, because one, it probably wouldn't look all that great. And two, they'd probably overcharge every one of us. All right, now the classics, the classics canon, they ain't changed too much of his general character or roles of the Lord Darksmoke, but did establish a little bit of new history. Saying, him and his dragons, battle King Grayskull and the Fee people during the Great Wars following the theft of the Gem of Magoo from the Dragon Tower. He also shunned the hybrid warrior Drago Man as an abomination for earning his immunity. He later had dealings with Eldor and Hero, who returned the gem as a peace offering from King Grayskull. He later gave the gem to Hero after being impressed by his virtue. Now, this is where everything kind of, I explained the skin coloring. His hide originally was green, but turned red with age. And he eventually did take part in a conflict against evil by siding with King He-Man and his son against the unnamed one during the third Ultimate Battleground. So it looks like time. He came around. He did what was needed, and that was cool. All right, so I don't have the green one. I'll get that in time. May order it from Big Bad Toy Store at some point. But I did get lucky last year to get myself a red one. Now, it had its issues, without a doubt. But this is the one I do generally tend to refer to as Big Red. Big Red usually hangs up here in the corner, here at the office, beside another big monstrosity that I call Point Dread. Now, get them, of course, you have to kind of put them together. Now, here's what I didn't like start. I'm going to go through, well, I'll tell you what I like. I love the detail that they went through on this entire sculpt with him. I mean, they made him look, like he should have, like he did in the cartoons, basically. Now it's cool. I mean, they went all out with the scale, detail, arms, the feet, the whole 9 yards. Yeah, basically, I'm holding him by his feet and his tail. Now, what I didn't like too much is if you move him around too much, try to pose him, stuff like that, eventually what's going to have happen is these arms are going to start to fall out, which is what happened here with mine. And I knew it whenever I got him that was going to happen. So I got mine used. So, of course, I also got him free. Got a heck of a deal on a bunch of figures, and dude's like, I'm going to throw this in with it. Also, the wrists were a little shot, so like this one, I had to put a screw in place in order to get to turn and to stay in place. I can still turn it and everything. Give them a little bit of posability if I want to. I can still do it with this hand a little bit. I just got to watch what I do with it. I think they could have done, I understand, they kind of had to ship him in, in the box in pieces because of his enormous size. I'll say anybody does not have one or anything, you honestly cannot tell the true magnitude of this until you actually get one. Crap, I swear. At some point, I'm going to take a screw in there and I'm going to cut the screw head off and screw them in there. But you go through and you stand him up. He stands roughly about a good 2 foot tall. I mean, good Lord. I mean, I could set him here on my shoulder if I wanted to. You, me, and that arm are going to fight. Either that or y'all going to see me do construction on him right now. About to happen right here, live on YouTube. Would be kind of a hellacious prop. Go through and mount them onto something and go walk them. Right here. Here's how we're going to fix this. You guys are going to see it right here. Take some rubber cement. Clean that off a little bit. And yes, I know after I have to make sure I place it on right where it needs to go. Because forever it's going to stay like that. That's right. E-Day's Repair Shop. Get it to hold in place. We'll be good to go. Now everybody knows the real secret on how I got him so damn cheap. All right. Oh, not to mess with him anymore. Let that sit there in place, and always happens. Always. So, anyways, like I said, while they did a great job with this, as far as detail and stuff like that, they could have done so much better on his overall, how to piece them together and everything, keep from pieces from breaking and stuff like that. Would have been so much better, you guys. But anyways, that is my review on this big red Granymere. So whoever's here, what's up? Next week, like I said, we will talk about the beginning of the power. Yes, I'm talking about King Grayskull himself. We will do that one live on here next Saturday. That being said, I am Ida, your angry toy guy, who is not very happy with the way that they did this design. But like I said, I love the sculpt. But they could have done a lot better with how they got them to snap together. Till next time, y'all take it easy.